Something I've been trying to like tell you. I've been trying to reach out through Instagram. I
Mhm,
know it's not the best way sometimes, but
mhm.
because I wanted to apologize to you because I didn't mean what happened outside of court to happen. I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that was going to happen.
But see, and that's another thing too, because people and I accept your apology, but it really wasn't your it mainly wasn't your fault. But at the same time, it's like if, what people don't really understand is that me and Trife never argued. Troy Ave would have only got 5 years. He cooperated, so he don't have to go to prison. And he's up there lying at that. So he's just as foul as anybody because he's telling a fake story. He's lying. And I also want to make it perfectly clear that the man.
You better chill. You better chill. What you talking about? I'll break your face. Yes, I will, boy. I know you, pussy. You know me too.
You don't know me. You don't know me, boy. I don't know you. You don't know me, boy.
Let's get it right.
You don't know me, boy. You don't know me, boy.
One chance.
You don't know me.
That was everybody else arguing with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too, because you know what I mean? People made it seem like, oh, yo, you was arguing with him, y'all was about to fight. I'm like, nah, like that wasn't me. I didn't really even respond to him because one thing I understand is this, you know what I'm saying? Because I lost close, relatives, you know what I'm saying, brothers to this, you know what I mean? And the nigga hurt. He lost his little brother, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who lost their little brother. And he said that and you like you were there. He said it to me while you were there. While once the argument kind of died down, the first thing he said to me was like, "Come on, bro. You acting like I shouldn't be mad. I lost my brother." And when I said to him, I said, "Well, I understand that. Just don't talk to me, but I understand you." That was the only time me and him really had words, you know what I'm saying, back and forth words. Everybody else kind of jumped on it. I was like, you know what I mean? Come on, you can't really fight in front. It was mad police in that shit. And in front of the shit. They can't fight up there. I didn't understand why niggas was like, yo, you and that nigga was arguing. I'm like, nah. He called me and was like, yo, what up with son? Da, da, da. I'm like, nothing. I'm like, he wasn't arguing with me. He was arguing with somebody else who said they knew him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know
But
what?
yeah, that shit wasn't your fault though. Niggas emotions was high, bro. That nigga lost his brother, bro. At the end of the day, nigga lost his brother. I get it.
I understand as well. You know, I'm sympathetic towards Trife. You know, I like Trife.
Right.
I like you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we've spoken throughout the years,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just crazy. One thing I don't want to see, you know, just as a
Mm-hmm.
hip hop fan, is this
Mm-hmm.
keeps kind of escalating. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and then part two happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something we
Nah,
don't
that's a
want.
fact. That's a fact. You know, it's like this, man. It's sad. Like I said, it's sad because I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like if you the leader, right? If you the leader of your crew and you leading people, you as the person who's the leader has to be smarter. You know what I'm saying? And the position you put your people in. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't imagine, because the people that's around me, these are my family members. You know what I mean? I'm in their crib. I know their mamas. I could go to their mama crib when they not there. You know what I mean? If I ever fell off bad and needed somewhere to stay, I could go stay at these people's house. You know what I'm saying? And I can't imagine going to tell my homeboy moms that that he's dead or he's in jail for the rest of his life because somebody didn't like my songs. That's crazy to me. I don't understand that. I don't, bro. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. You know what I'm saying? And then it's even worse if I was to come out and tell everybody that I won. How, bro? He's dead. How did you win? Where's the victory in that? What's the victory? Like that's crazy. Like when you really think about it, just on some human shit. I ain't talking about no just trying to say bro because it's fuck 'em. No, I'm not saying that. I'm as a human being, bro. Imagine somebody that's around you that you highly respect and say you got love and admiration for, right?
Mhm.
And a nigga come and say, yo, I don't like the way son do his his interviews. That nigga interviews is trash.
Right, right.
And niggas is going, and every day this guy, or anytime this guy's on Twitter, and every time you do an interview, he say, look, another whack ass interview he did. And you might be tight, like, damn, why this nigga keep saying this shit? Like, you feel me?
Right.
But then imagine somebody you really close to, somebody you love is dead on jail because somebody didn't like him.
Right.
That shit is like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, that's it? Like, that's the reason? Because like I said, it was no real altercations between them two. There was no run-ins, bro. That was their first run-in. You know what I mean? When all of that shit was, when it was at its height. You feel me?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. That shit is sad. And it's ill because still in that room, I honestly still feel we don't really know what happened in that room.
Right.
I still feel like that. You know what I mean? Because like you was there, like we heard his testimony. His shit was like he said that he couldn't even definitively say he saw him shoot him. He said, yo, they was fighting and I saw the flash go off in between them. So now that's saying we could be tussling for the gun and it went off. You know what I'm saying? But then he just said he definitively shot me. I seen he stood over me in my lasers and he shot me. But even in that story, it was like, yo, he was holding a gun. He was hitting tags with the gun. So it was never no real definitive time to say when he even had control of the gun, when he didn't have control. So I left out of there with more questions than I did with any form of closure.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because I was like, what the fuck? Like, so when did he get it? When did he, you know what I mean? Did he when he saying he got shot in the leg, he said he was laying on the floor, but then he said he also got shot, stood up, and still started snuffing them out. Come on. If I'm a person, right? Now let's just be logical and make logical sense here. If I'm a person and I have this gun and you just saw me shoot your man in the chest like he described, right? Now let's say if I'm a nigga, I have the gun. Now this ain't no tussle, this ain't no flash in between shit, none of that, right? I have a gun. I shoot your man in the chest. Boom. He falls to the floor. You already on the floor. I stand up over you and shoot you too. Are you telling me this same person now just saw you kill? Because there is no question on are you a killer at that point, right? In this scenario. There's no question. Are you going to get up and am I going to allow you to get up and snuff me? I would have just shot you again and killed you too. What would be the difference?
Right.
That story just didn't make any sense, bro. It don't make any sense. And I never really asked Tax on the full details because there ain't no shit you ask a nigga. You know what I mean? You don't really ask like shit like that. You know, when you come from this shit, you know that. Like, you know, because you make yourself a fucking accessory after the fact, asking niggas questions on what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, like, I don't ask that. Like, niggas saying just whatever. But my thing is like, we know that's not the story, bro. We know that's not the story. That story don't make no sense. That story don't make no sense. And the shit when the lights went out and then you hear all the rapid fire, right? You remember that part? When he was in the room and they saying the tussle was occurring, boom, 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 boom. And then the lights go out and then you hear rapid shots and then you see Son come out and fall. And you see him run out behind him, but then you see Son with the gun running out the door. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, I left out of that shit more confused, bro. I'm going to just leave it at that. I was confused, bro. I'm like, damn, so what really, really happened in there like that? And I don't think we'll ever really get that full story until everybody's in the clear.